Everybody, I hope you are having a fabulous day. And like Tiffany had just said, 2 lives in one day. That's right. Hopefully, maybe you caught our earlier live for the Cozy Comfort Retreat that is coming up, I believe, in October. And so maybe you're signed up for that. But it's just such an amazing crafty place that we have here at Altenew. So thank you so much for joining us here on the Altenew YouTube and Facebook channels. And I'm Amy, and this is Amy's Inspiration Station. And I'm so glad to be here with you today on this fabulous Monday. And I see I have Tracy and Nancy. Nancy, it is not a hazy day here where I am. It is very hot, hot, hot day. But I see we have Debbie from Oregon, and I see AV. Hello, everybody. And Sandy, hello. And Beth Ann, thank you so much all for tuning in. And Sue, I see you as well. If you share this live while we're live, you'll be entered to win a gift card, and we will share that winner at the end. And I'm just so excited that you guys are here today. Oh my gosh, Debbie, the Altenew retreats, if you have an opportunity to join them, they are fabulous. There's always an opportunity to really, like there's all these different instructors, and you get to learn so many things, and it's just a wonderful community. And that's what we really, really love about Altenew. And I hope everybody's doing today. I see a lot of YouTube people. If you're joining us from Facebook, let me know. And I'm so glad that, I see Erica. Thank you. Yes, Erica, thank you for joining us from Facebook. And Nasa, hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing well. And Tracy, yes, I'm so glad you guys are here. And I see Marilyn from South Florida. I know, Terry, you look for those retreats. They're coming around, so that they are fabulous. Oh my gosh, that's great, Tiffany. Thank you for sharing that about the discount code. Oh my gosh. And Julie, yes, Altenew. We're actually going to be talking about that a little bit today, about Altenew products and how versatile they are. And I am really like mixing new things and old things. And I'm a big proponent of going and digging into what it is that you know about, and like what you have, and like how can you reuse and repurpose that. And that's what today is. So today I was inspired by peonies, because my peonies just came up, and so I love them so much. And of course they just kind of they're done now. But I wanted to kind of look at how can I, again, put some peonies in a different way. And with the peonies, we're going to be looking at gold accents. So how can we add some gold? How can we make like a beautiful, soft, romantic peony, and a bold, modern peony, and maybe something a little bit clean and simple and a little bit elegant. All right. So please share this live while we're live. We're just starting and we're here. So tuck in for the next hour. And we're going to be talking about how we can stretch those supplies and, look at different colors or different colorways and some different things that to kind of really, really stretch your supplies that you already have. And again, that's what I love about Altenew, because their stuff is just so timeless. And so you can use it in so many different ways. All right. I see so many of you guys have joined us. Thank you so much for being here today on this Monday. And we're going to dig in. All right. So I'm going to jump in, and I don't know who is behind the badge, but I'm hoping that they will join me soon and let me know who they are. I hope the heck of that it's Angelica. That she is here. And I see Phyllis from Washington, and Sue, me too. I want to make sure I bought things. I love them, and I want to make sure that I use them. So this is the Peony Sunshine embossing folder. And this embossing folder, you just have this really, really beautiful, this really, really gorgeous and beautiful embossing folder. Look how nice and gorgeous this is. It's just absolutely fabulous. And it is going to be kind of like the star of our show today, is this nice, gigantic, huge embossing folder. Oh my gosh, Krista, hello, how are you doing from Massachusetts? And Cindy, hello from Montreal. Oh my gosh, I hope that you are having a fabulous day and that everything is going super, super well. So again, we're talking about how can we take something like this gigantic, gorgeous Peony Sunshine embossing folder, and how can we kind of look at this and do a couple of different things. So my goal today is 3 cards. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but I'm going to try. The first one that I want to do today is I want to do a gorgeous monochromatic, really with soft pinks. So I'm going to start out with some colors here. And so I grabbed a few that I thought really worked super well. And so I have this Peachy Keen and Peachy Glow. And then for my pinks, I have some blush, coral berry, and then some raspberry sunset. And I love these because these are all from different sets. And that's what I also encourage you to do, is to take a look at those different sets and then see how it is that they can work together. So, oh my gosh, yes. And how are we doing? And an internet outage. And look at that. She made it through. Jelly, yeah, she's on the badge today. We were just talking today about how we're going to be using some gorgeous, gorgeous products that we have. And that's the wonderful thing about Altenew, is using products that I bought, I love them, and I can mix and match them with new things because the things from Altenew are just timeless and classic. And that's what I love about them. And we're going to be digging into a lot of gold accents. Don't look over here. That's coming later. That's coming. And you might even see some paint. So, oh yeah, we're just going all over the gold today. I got some thread. Oh yeah, we're just hitting a lot of gold going on. All right, so we're going to start here with this. And I'm gonna actually grab a nice piece of cardstock. And Altenew has cardstock, which is super fabulous that they do. And I just took some regular white. So this is the white. Let me grab the package for you. Oh, sorry, I'm lifting a lot of stuff. I got way too much fun things on my desk. So this is just this is just Classic Crest Solar White 80-pound cardstock. And I'm going to use this in order to get a really beautiful, nice blend. And I've already taken my paper and I've cut it down to 3.75 by 5.5. All right, so I'm going to blend. I'm actually going to do a spotlight blend over this with these gorgeous colors and a large blending tool. So that's where we're going to get started. I'm actually going to grab my blending mat, so that way my paper won't be sticking around all over the place. But they're all, I know, Tracy, it's like, so I don't even want to, if I could go wider and you looked what was on my desk, you'd be like, oh my gosh. Did anybody, by the way, what's your most recent Altenew order that you placed? I'd love to know, because I finally am getting some time off from work. And so I have some time to play a little bit more. And I'd love to know what you guys got. And I think, Jelly, the new July release is tomorrow, right? I'm really excited about that. There's some gorgeous, I just saw a preview of some of those things. And wow, those are awesome. So I'm really looking forward to the July release. There's so many different nice things in that release. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's out tomorrow. So, oh my gosh, Nasa, thank you so much for sharing this. And Tiffany and Rachel, hello, first time in chat. I'm so excited that you're here. I know, release tomorrow. I got to tell you, I'm really excited. There's so many cute things. And I think there's some glitter paper. Did I see that in there? That there's a lot of stuff coming up. So die sets and cute stamps and so much going on. All right, so I'm just giving my stamping mat here a little wipe down just in case. And of course, it's well loved, you can tell. And I'm just going to take my paper and I'm just going to stick that right on. And this way I can make sure to get all surfaces of everything covered, right? All covered. So this is super great. Oh my gosh, Teresa, I'm so excited for the Cozy Comfy Cozy Retreat. You're going to have so much fun. So much fun. All right. So I'm going to do a little bit of a spotlight coloring. And again, here are the colors that I have. So they're coming from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets, guys. All right, 5 different sets. Because you got to have all the inks. I mean, you don't, but you do have to have all the inks. So I'm actually going to start. Let me just double check. This is my pink large blending tool. So I have 3 blending tools. I need to get more, I know, but I just have them in like green, blue, and pink. And that's because those are the colors that I use mostly more, right? Oh, yes. And that's the other thing too. Hint at the theme for the release. I think Jelly can do that one for me. So, and take a look. This Christmas in July. Yes, I was going to say really cute. And the Ditzy flower wallpaper. Ooh, that's excited. Peony and lilac swag. Oh, Terry, that's so cute. Those are really great ones. All right, I'm going to start off with some Peachy Glow. And this is a nice, pretty soft. And I wanted to create like a warm pink for my peony. And so I'm going to just get this all over. And what's nice about the the Solar White cardstock is that it blends really well. So I don't have to do a lot of work here. And I know this is really light and you guys are like, Amy, this just looks like white paper. And trust me, we're going to build that color up and it's going to get this nice soft glow. Now, when I talk about spotlight, what I mean by that is that my middle is going to be a lot softer and my outside is going to be a lot darker. So it's a little bit of like a circle ombre, I guess you could call that. So there we go. Oh, the Delectable Delights. Marshall, you're going to love that. All the ink cubes. Oh my gosh, that's great. And we have, oh my gosh, Marie Elaine from New Jersey. Hello, Sharon. Thank you for sharing this. And you too can be like Sharon. And you can be entered to win a gift card. And Jelly will be pulling that at the end of our live today. And you'll be you will get a gift card from Altenew. And we're talking about with that new retreat. The new release is tomorrow. And if you were able to join us earlier, Bridget did an amazing job with our live stream with one of our instructors for the Cozy Retreat. So excited for that coming up. And that's such a nice time to have that, just kind of hang out, start crafting along with a couple hundred of your friends. It's a lot of fun. Get some new ideas. Oh, bellflower dye. Oh my gosh. Nice. Marta. That's great. Nice Altenew birthday present. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. All right. So I'm adding in blush, and blush is a very light pink. And this is just to warm up that peachy keen. And so you can see, actually I can see, trust me guys, this is starting to fill up those areas. So that peachy keen and, that peachy glow and that blush are starting to work together. And again, they complement each other beautifully. And so that's why I wanted to put these together. So make it a nice warm. Oh my gosh, so much. Yeah, there you go, Stephanie. I'm glad to be of service. And if you have any questions about card techniques, go ahead and put those in the chat. We'll work on them. And that's what I love about Altenew is we're such an amazing group of fabulous crafters that help each other. And so if you have not joined our fan book, our Facebook group, you are in for a treat because lots of wonderful inspiration. There are challenges. There's a monthly challenge that we're doing now. And so just a lot of kind of fun stuff that's happening. All right. So now I kind of like where this nice, is nice and soft, and so I want to keep this middle. So I am like not going to go anywhere. I probably will, but I'm going to try my best not to go in that middle. So I'm going to start on the outside. Now, Coral Berry is pretty bright. Okay. And we have this nice soft look. So I'm going to start to just kind of work this out or just kind of stick to my edges. And I'm just going to come right on in. And so you can start to see how pretty those really look together. And notice I'm starting out on the edge, and that's because I want a little bit of a soft look. But you can see how it really starts to make this look nice and light in the middle. And I can always come in with that blush and add up a little bit more or give a little bit more glow. And I have this peachy keen here just in case if I want to tone anything down and get it back to a little bit of that orange. So this is on reserve for me. But you can tell I'm really trying to stay away from that. Oh, Dana, I'm so glad you're here. And Jill, thank you so much for sharing this. And oh my gosh, that's so cute. I just want to see what, yep. Oh, so great. Gallery on the website. Yep. Oh my gosh. And label sale. Oh, that I got to say is great. So when I have these, and just so you can see them, it's really super nice because when I have them up on my desk like this, then I can see what the heck they are. Because otherwise, when you don't have the labels, then it's like this and you don't know what it is. So those labels really help. The way I see it is it's a time saver because I like to grab all my inks because I sometimes don't know when inspiration is going to strike. And I'm like, I want to play with this ink and see how this works together. So I just grab a bunch of inks and I put them out on my desk. And by having those labels there, it just helps me to tell what the heck they are. As you can tell, I have labels, but I haven't labeled all of them yet. So I got to get on that. But those labels are really great. So I'm glad you guys were able to get that on sale. All right. So looking really cute, nice and on there. I'm going to actually go ahead a little bit more, and I am going to add a little bit of this raspberry sunset. All right, which is right here. And I'm just checking on the chat. And if I miss anything that you guys have in the chat, let me know. And I will make sure to look up from time to time. Sometimes when I'm blending, I don't know about you guys, but I get really focused on what I'm doing. And I just kind of keep going. And I don't always look up. Let's see. Tiffany and Carol, hello, welcome. I'm so glad that you decided to join us. We are also talking about, we got a new release coming out tomorrow. And so, is there anything you're excited about from the release? Is there something that you maybe are expecting in the mail and you're excited that it will be coming? Anything at all that you guys have? All right, I'm going to come in just a little bit darker. All right, there we go. Okay, that is looking pretty good. Oh, thank you so much, Marta, for sharing this. Hello, Amy. And Judy, hello. All right, I love it when another fellow Amy comes in. All right, here we go. All right, and today we're talking embossing folders. So I'm starting off with kind of like calling it like a romantic, like monochromatic look for my embossing folder. All right, that's looking really nice. So you can see I have that nice spotlight there. Oh, love it. Okay. I want to go a little bit darker than that raspberry sunset. I'm going a little crazy here. I'm just going to add a touch of ruby red on these corners just to really kind of darken that up because I lost some of that color, the coral berry color. I lost some of that because I went a little too far in with my raspberry sunset. So I'm just going to a little bit of this. There we go. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. All right. And again, I reserve the right to come back. I like it the way it is right now, but I reserve the right to come back to add in some more stuff. All right, how pretty is that? So that was, if you're looking for that, kind of that color way, and I didn't bother using the peachy keen because I kind of like where it is, but look for those colors, and see what you can put together to see what you can try for some different things. But how pretty is that? All right, so now I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm actually not using a lot of inks. And like I said, that's why those labels are great because I can just stack these, move them up, and that's why the Fresh Dye ink pads, oh, I love them. Easy way to go. Have those right there. Okay. All right, so this panel is 3.75 by 5.5. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to run this through my embossing folder. I'm just going to take a second just to clean this off. And if you haven't picked it up yet, grab that Altenew stamp cleaner. Oh, it's fabulous. And it does take off red ink as long as you're fast. Obviously, with my mat, I was not super fast all the time, but it's okay. It's well loved. That's the way I like to think of it. It's well loved. All right. Oh my gosh, Carrie, yes. Embossing folders. Deb, I got to tell you, I'm trying, if I can get there, and I'm trying to go a little fast, I'm trying to go to 3. All right. I think that's my record. I don't think I've ever done, well, maybe I have like done three cards in a live, maybe. I'm not sure. But we'll see if I can get to it today. All right. So I am going to grab my machine. I cannot find my water spritzer, so I'm just going to let this be itself. But if you do have water, you can spritz this, and this will just let those fibers, just kind of get ready for this. I'm kind of like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now, for this specific embossing folder, that you can see that there's a line here where that leaf is. I really want to focus on the center, and there's no way that my paper is going to get the entirety of this. And I'm okay with that, but I do want to make sure that I have a little bit of white space. Ultimately, this is going to end up on a card base that has some washi tape to the side. So that's where we're kind of heading to with this. So I want to make sure that I kind of have like this section of this filled in as much as I can. So I'm going to really want that middle of this to be spotlit. So you can kind of see that there where I'm going for. All right, actually that looks pretty good. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to line that up. Oh, I like that. And then what I was going for is that middle, excuse me, that middle section to have that nice peachy part to it. All right, here we go. I got it. I'm not moving it. I'm bringing in my machine and we're going to run it through. Excuse me. I have a summer cold, so I apologize if I am coughing a little bit. All right. And I'm going to run this through. When was the last time that you happened to use an embossing folder? Deb was like, yeah, I use them for backgrounds. Anybody else? Are they your go-to? Do you like them for backgrounds? Do you use like a focal one like that? Ooh. Excuse me. All right. Ugh. There we go. All right, moment of truth. I just love the 3D embossing folders. Gosh, it's so pretty. Ooh, love it. Can I just, let's just take a moment right now. Oh, it's so pretty. And again, because I have that spotlight technique, this is so fast to do, right? And it's like so nice. We're just a really, really quick blending. And I know I use 5 colors, but it's such a nice little quick blending. And you get this beautiful color on that. And this is already like great. I can take this and stick this on my card base and just look how pretty those two are together. They're great, right? Now we're going to step this up a little bit, and that's where we're going to go to now, right? So now I'm going to show you what else can I do with this. Let's step this up just a tiny bit. So my theme today is really all about gold. All right, so we're talking gold. And I want to take this and I'm going to do a technique called dry brushing. So I'm actually going to grab the Altenew metallic watercolor set. This is a beautiful set. And I know a lot of you use this because, you know, it's, I got to grab some water. It's like, you know, we use it for splatter, or you might use it for a couple of different things. But we're going to use this for dry brushing, where I'm going to use this in order to add some accents on. Oh, sorry, everybody. Just had to get some water. All right. Now, when was the last time that anybody used their watercolors? I saw somebody just use an embossing folder today, which is great. Last time that you used your watercolors, even metallic watercolors, let me know. Oh. All right, so I'm going to grab this. Look at these beautiful colors. And I love this because, like, if I wanted to use a little bit of like a pink highlight, I can put this here. And I think I might go a little rogue here. I'm going to stick with the golds. But yesterday, I love it. I love that, Amy. And Christine, you used it over the weekend. Oh, and Krista, that's great. So this, I hope, gives you some, you know, inspiration for using them. So I have one of the fine watercolor brushes. This is number 4. They come in a whole bunch of like beautiful, like very precise sizes. And I'm actually just going to grab another brush, and I'm just going to add some water to my pan. And all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to activate this. And I'm going to get, in just a moment, I'm going to take my camera and I'm going to come on down. So I apologize in advance if you're like, what are you doing? But I just want to show you where I'm going with this. So I apologize. I'm zooming in a little bit. And that's because I want to show you all of that gorgeous detail that we have. All right. So this Peony Sunshine 3D embossing folder, it's just beautiful. And it has just so much beautiful detail to it. And so I'm just going to pick a couple of places to add some of this. Now I don't want this to be super wet because this is just regular paper. But I'm just going to add a couple of, sorry, everybody, a couple of gold accents. And what's nice is I can be very precise about this. And that's what I'm going to put that on there. Oh, that's so good. So, sorry. I don't have to go everywhere with this, but I am just going to kind of highlight some places and keep that gold around. So just brush water. Yes, that's great, Sharon. Those are great refills to watercolor with. Those are great to use. And Marta, I see that, and Krista. Oh my gosh. And watercolors this morning, Tracy. Yes. And Sue, it's good. It's good to keep them out there. Oh, thanks, Tracy. But this is great because I'm going to add just a little bit of highlight. Now, this is technically dry brushing, and these may dry back a little bit lighter, but I don't want to use a lot of water. So I'm just going to come in and just go right along some edges. So I'm just trying to give it a little bit of some gold shimmer. And I don't have to go everywhere with this, but I can just do some little bit of highlighting. I think I'm going to highlight right up here. And it's up to you where you want it to go. This is a little bit like Bob Ross's like happy little trees. We're just making some happy little gold marks. Okay, guys? That's all we're doing. And if you're noticing it's like, oh, it's a little too wet, let it dry and then go back in. Okay, don't keep kind of going over it. Let that dry so that way you're not adding too much to it. And again, watercolor is translucent, like it's supposed to be light, so you can layer this on. But I find this to be a lot more precise doing this method than it is to use like a blending brush or to put on using embossing powder. And it's just so pretty because it just when it dries, oh, it just has this amazing shine to it that I don't think that you can get in other places. So again, I'm just putting that on that too. So gold leaf. Ooh, gold leaf. That's nice. And who's taking? Oh, Carrie used shimmer sprays. Oh my gosh, that's great. Oh, Caroline, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you. All right. And so easy to use. Now I'm getting a little dry here, and that's okay because I can add a little bit more water. But again, I'm just adding some gold accents. And I know I'm holding this up to it, and I'm doing this while I'm holding it, and I should do it down. But I just wanted you guys to really take a look at what I'm doing so that way you can see. And again, you're Bob Rossing it. You're just kind of like, where's my happy little gold marks? Where am I adding these in? And I'm just going to add in a little bit and just kind of outline where those little edges are. All right. Okay. I need a little bit more water. So my ink's drying up. So again, I'm keeping this really dry, and this is dry brushing pretty much. Just keeping this really, really dry, but just going right around. And if you want to add more gold, add more gold. You don't want to add gold, you don't have to add gold. And it's up to you where you want to put that. But you can see where this gets to be such really, really, really pretty little technique. And I think for something that is monochromatic, I think it's a nice thing. It's a nice way to add a little bit of color without, going overboard. You don't have to think about, oh my gosh, am I making sure that I have, my colors are secondary or tertiary or any sort of that color theory stuff. Keep it simple. Get the card out, give it to somebody. Enjoy your card making, enjoy what you do, and share that love out with other people. And that's really, to me, what card making is about, is sharing that love out. You love what you do. You want to send a smile to somebody. So make a card. Send it out. Make it happy. All right. So again, as I start to come in, and if I want to do, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, Sue. The crayon leaf gold leafing pens. Yeah, this is really easy because it's like I said, this is coming together really, really quick. And this is really why I can do, well, like I said, my goal is to do 3 cards. We'll see. Jelly, do you think I'm going to get to 3 cards today? I don't know, but I'm going to try. All right, so I'm just kind of going around, seeing where I want to go. And really these raised edges, I'm really doing my best to try to get these raised edges. So it's really like up off of the card base. So you can see that. All right, here we go. Put that right in there. All right, now I'm just going to come right up over the top. And I'm also going to add a little bit of splatter just to kind of, just to add a little bit of whimsy to this as well. So I will be splattering this, so don't fear. And then for those of you who are like team anti-splatter, or for those of you who are team splatter, let me know. So are you somebody who likes to splatter? This set is like great to use, but I also use the shimmer sprays. Those are nice to use. And sometimes I'll splatter in some different colors. So like I said, there's the beautiful, this pink, you got these purples. So you don't have to keep it in the gold. So feel free to branch out because you have all of this beautiful color. So use it. You got it, use it. All right, I'm going to go really light in the back here. And then I want to show you, I'm going to look over like what I've done already. And then anything where I'm like, I just want it to be a little bit thicker of gold, I'm going to come back and I will, I'll add some more gold to that. But like I said, with this brush, with this dry brushing technique, because again, I'm okay with the paper because I'm keeping that water level really, really low. So it's totally working. All right, how are we doing over there? Team splatter. Oh my gosh, I got a lot. Sue, not very good at splatter. There, that's okay, Deb, because you know what's nice about the watercolor is you can always cover your any blobs or anything up with, a sequin or something like that. Or you can use a little water because water's like an eraser with watercolor, which is neat to have. All right, so I'm just coming around. Oh, drilling a little dry there. So I'm just coming around and just adding a little bit more. All right, so I think this is one of those things when when you watercolor and you're like, do I need to stop? Am I stopping now? What's going on? I'm in that mood right now of like, oh, I just want to keep going because this is so relaxing to do. But I have to stop because I got to move on. All right, so I'm just going to do some of the leaves here and just kind of go right up that way. All right. So there's some areas here that are a little bit lighter, so I'm just going to go over them again. And that's going to really give me a nice gold line. I forgot about that Krylon pen. That's right. We used to do that. All right. And coming in right here. And I'm just going in with a little bit of a light touch over some of these. All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to bring this up to you guys. Can you start to see that? Oh, thank you, Beth Ann. And exactly. And that's what's nice, Deb, about using this. Versus, doing, the ink, like if I used the Enchanted Gold pigment ink, this is really nice because it's so bright, right? It's so great. So this is really helpful for this. Okay. So I'm going to put this over to the side and I'm going to let this dry a little bit. In fact, I'm going to splatter this now. So let me grab my Altenew cube. So I'm just going to grab a ton of water. And I'm going to pick up a little bit more paint. And I'm going to move this because that's going to happen. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to start to flick this on. And the size of your brush kind of helps a little bit in terms of what you end up in blobs. So Sue, you mentioned that you're nervous about blobs. And so that's where you can be like, what's happening? But it's just a really, really light little shimmer that goes there. And then if you want to add, I think I'm going to grab, going a little rogue, guys. I'm going to grab some of this really dark purple. I hope this looks nice. And I'm just going to go a little bit more over this. So I'm going to add in just a little bit of dark. I like to add some of the darker shimmer. Just because you can really see it up there. So again, just a little bit, but it just kind of like helps it to kind of moosh it around. All right, so that's my guy. I'm just going to wipe this off, clean my up, and then we'll do it. Love my splatter. That's true. It's all over the place. Oh, Eden, that's nice. I'm all over it. And Michelle, thank you so much. Oh, Sue. Well, it is a practiced hand, Sue. I did tell you. I'm somebody who does not like mess. I know my mother told me that on my kindergarten report card. She got the teacher, she had to go in for parent-teacher conferences, and it said, Amy does not like mess, and she does not like, she has to wash her hands all the time. And I'm like, funny, that's actually true to this day. That is me. I have to wash my hands all the time, and I don't really like mess. So, but thank you. All right, so that's our card. I'm going to let that kind of sit and hang out right now for a little bit. And then I'm going to do something else with you guys. And I have to apologize. I'm using a product that is out of stock. I just looked on the website to see if it's there, but I bet that you guys have it in your stashes. And that is washi tape. So there is a washi tape, gold string washi tape. But if you have like any washi tape at all that has some gold accents to it, this is great to have, and that's what I'm going to use now. So I already took a piece. So this is 4 1/4, by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock, and I already took that and I already added some of that gold string washi. So this is ultimately where we're going to get to, is we're going to put our card like this. But before I get there, I have some branches that I've already die cut. I'm going to die cut a few more. And this is the Itty Bitty Branches die set. And this is a really, really wonderful die set. Oh, Julie, you do need those metallic paints. They are great. All right. August die. Oh my gosh. And Cindy, thank you. I know, Cindy, right? I'm with you. And thanks, Caroline. And that's the nice thing. With when you do those darker splatters, it really starts to kind of like pop up and you can see them, because otherwise, if you just did the gold on gold, it's going to get a little lost, right? And Sue, I do. I like to use the ink sprays, and those are really easy to use. Oh, thank you, Christine, and thank you guys, and Deb. Nice, right? I like it too, Deb. It's really nice. All right, so this is the Itty Bitty Branches die set. And I love these die sets that Altenew has, because you have such a mixture of where you have tiny branches, but you also have these like big fat ones. And then this one also comes with these little flower leaves and these like little eucalyptus looking things. So this is a really nice set because you can do a lot with this kind of a set. Now, this is the metallic cardstock from Altenew. This is the brushed gold, and it comes in 4 colors, but the brushed gold is really probably my favorite and the one I go to, and I just keep it stored in a little pouch, and so that way I can use a section and then I put it right back in. And so I took this and I die cut just a few of these branches off of here, and I just tried to grab like a bunch of different shapes and sizes, and I can rip these apart, and I'm going to use those. So I just wanted to show you a couple of the things that I had pulled and what I had already grabbed. So there's this one, and I did a boo-boo on this, but I got a couple of fat leaves in there as well. Now I grabbed some basic white cardstock, and I have I put that washi tape on it, and I'm actually going to cut some branches out of that as well, just to make it look a little bit different. Because if I were to add just these on, you're like, but by having the white with a little bit of the gold accent, I think that's going to look neat. So I'm going to grab my machine mount, and I'm going to do that. Oh, so Tiffany, they're so pretty. And who just put them in my cart? Julie. Oh, yes. Julie, were you talking about the paints that you just put in your cart? Good. And there's a wish list, so feel free, fill up that wish list. I do that, and then I just I buy stuff when I'm ready, and but at least because sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh, I need that, so I know I wanted that for something, so I kind of keep it in that wish list. All right, I apologize. I'm going out again so you can see what the heck I'm doing. All right, here's my very messy desk. All right, so I got this guy. I'm going to put this guy on top of him. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a couple of leaves. And I'm going to grab this one with the little fat leaves. And I'm also going to grab some of those other ones. And I love doing this because I'm using the accents that I have, right? So I know I'm going to use that gold string washi. And so I'm going to add this to it. And it's just there's a repeating element. And so you know that it's going to match on there. And it's so easy to just go ahead and die cut these right out from some washi tape. So use up that washi tape, guys, that you have. And you can use it as an accent border. You can use it to die cut from. It's so super versatile. And I love the Altenew washi tapes. They're really, really super pretty. All right. Oh, Happy Teach. Hello. And Jill. And 500 items on my list. Oh, well, Tracy, eventually you do have to, you know. Well, I know you do. You're good about it, but that way you're like, you know, you always know. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I love that. Such a wonderful thing. Where was that again? All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, this die cut. Nice. Yes, yes, yes. All right, awesome. Okay. One thing, if you guys don't have them, put on those tweezers. I have them right next to me. These are the best. All right. Now, I think that's dry. We're going to go ahead and put this together. Oh, my gosh. I'm not getting to my third card. I'm going to tell you. I got to go fast on my other one. So with these branches, we can do a couple of things. And I'm actually, I want to make some slits. So I just want to show you guys. Once I get these out, I'm going to show them to you next to the gold. And again, it's just another little accent just to make it look a little bit different. So it's not, so even when you're making a monotone card like this or a monochrome card, you can have all these little bits of different things to really make it pop. And I cut out a bunch of them, not because I'm going to use all of them on this card, but because it just gives me some variety, some choice. And I can choose, you know, I can rip these off, put a couple of branches in. And so I can actually get a lot of cards out of just this little pile that I die cut from the gold metallic cardstock and then also from the washi tape. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, let me show you when you have these, how cute these are. So if you want to, you can even line them up, put them in. So like, here's my fat leaves. And then there's my fat leaves. Like look how pretty, right? Because it just has that little bit of gold. Oh, good. Yes, Tracy, I'm so glad you used that washi tape. And it's nice. Kathleen, it's, and I apologize. This is a gold pigment ink. It's sold out. But Cynthia, the metallic watercolors, is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the pigment ink? Because this is also super great to use. But always, it will come back, I promise. And oh, yes, it is. I know, Nancy. And I'm kind of bummed because this is, I should have hoarded this stuff. And just to show you this with this. So those are the same. And just look how pretty and how pretty they are together. So you just have that little bit of light, like gold line to it, you know? So nice. All right. So look at your washi tapes. You probably have something similar hiding in there. Okay. All right. And now we're going to start to put this little guy together. Let me pop out these little pieces. And I need to grab, all right, my scissors. Okay. So I'm going to grab some foam tape. By the way, I think this is still my first roll of foam tape. I need to get the foam, like the wider one, now that Altenew is making the different sizes of foam tape. I need to get some different ones there. All right, so I'm just going to add this just to the top. And I'm going to make some slits inside on my card that I blended. And what I'm going to do here is I just want to add these in, but I'm just going to look and see where I want to put them. Okay. So I'm just going to add these in just a little bit to have it kind of coming out. I'm just kind of popping them around. All right, I think I know what I want to do. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm just putting in a little slit, and I'm just adding these leaves in to a couple of strategic locations, but I'm going to have them kind of coming out so it looks like a little branch like that. All right, I'm going to cut this section off. All right. So you just have like these little kind of bits coming out. And I can take those other sections and throw those on here as well. In fact, I'm going to grab this white part. Make that a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. And I'm focusing on here because this is where my sentiment is going to be. That's why you're like, why are you stuck in that corner? That's because that's where my sentiment's going to be. So that's where I'm over here. All right, let me get rid of that guy. All right, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so that looks good so far. And I think I just want to add another little gold guy right about there. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to cut this little piece off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of my foam tape. I'm going to put these little guys to the side. And then we're going to put this together and we'll get this scented. So I thought your panel was free. I got to tell you, Deb, it definitely was, but it's going to be okay. It and I, it had some, we had some conversation. I'm like, it's going to be all right, but it's all right. We're going to get there. And the reason why I'm popping this up is just to give it a little bit of shadow from that washi tape that I have there. But yes, the foam tape. Who is that, Sue? Yes, absolutely. Team No More Hoarding. Oh my gosh, I love that. Use what you have, right? Use it. Use what you have. You liked it. You bought it. Use it. Grab it. And it's a good idea to take that. And I think that was, I know, Tracy, you did the challenge last month, which was like organized, right? And the challenge this month in July has been inspiration, right? So like what's inspiring you? What new techniques can you try? So I'd love for you guys to do, to use this and try this out. And that is going to, if you do, please do hashtag Altenew. And because we want to see what you make. That's really the best part of what we do, is to see how you take these products and what's your interpretation and what do you do with them. But I hope you try this little spotlight technique. And we're going to do a similar version with some black cardstock. And you can even do this with some white cardstock too. All right, so I'm just going to add this right over to this side. And you can see we have a lot of gold. We got a lot of gold going on here, folks. A lot of gold. All right, so I'm just going to add that right on. And I should have not done that. I was trying to be fancy, guys. I just got to do it my way and not a fancy way. There we go. And if nothing fits, that's all right. We will cut it off. Okay. Oh, look how pretty. So again, just by putting that little bit up, it just kind of pops it up. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab some black cardstock, and I have some right here. And I am going to put a sentiment on there. Now I'm using the Hello Friend stamp set. Now I believe, because I just looked at this is 50% off. You guys are welcome. This is such a cool little stamp set. And I love it because it has these little circles, and how cute would those circles be right there? I should probably do this in one of the circles, but I'm actually going to grab this hello, and I thought that would be really cute, and put that in here. And then I'm actually going to add one of the little hearts, and just an outline of the little heart, and just put that right next to it. Okay. But how cute this is. And then I love the fact that it comes in the 4 languages. I think that's really cute too. All right. Oh, I hate summer colds. All right, here we go. So I'm going to just put this right up at the top. And I'm just going to cut this out. Hello, here we go. And all right, and then I'm just going to put my little heart just right next to it. There we go. All right, I'm going to prep this, and then I'm going to use some antique gold embossing powder, which I don't think I've done in a while for some reason, but that's what it is. Oh my gosh, yes, right? So great. Yeah, Tiffany. And I agree, Jill. There can never be too much gold. You got to have some gold. And that's like what I was saying before about the Bob Ross thing. Like, just some happy little gold. Get it on there. Have some fun. You know, keep going. You can't have too much. Super great. Get my embossing ink out of here. All right. And I just want to make sure these are nice and conditioned. I just have a feeling because that's a nice big fat guy. Just double condition these just in case. Get out any little pieces. And cat hair, I saw that. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this. How pretty! Like, I'm excited about this, and I'm gonna do that second card really fast to see if I can do it for you guys. But it's pretty similar technique. So the idea here is to kind of think about this one embossing folder and how can we kind of move it and do a couple of things some different ways, and then we can get there with it. Okay. All right. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, beautiful. All right. Stamped gorgeous. You know why that's stamped beautiful? Two things. One was the conditioning eraser. Second one was the stamp wheel. I love my stamp wheel. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm going to put some antique gold on it. And I love this with the black as well because it's, I think that that's kind of that neutral that's going to put that down. So we got this. Okay, here we go. All right. Antique gold. Here we are. Oh, beautiful. I know. I agree, Christine. I love that. Cat fur is just kitty glitter. Oh, love it. Oh, gold embossing and black paper. And I was thinking about that too, Christine. It's like, you know, white's okay, but the black just, especially it's going to ground that flower because there's so much light. And I know my studio lights, you're like, it's so bright in there, but so pretty. But you can see how that's going to come out nice. Gosh, even that is just cute, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to cut this guy out. And let me get it on there. Okay. I'll make it a little bit fatter here, just in case, because that would be me. All right, here we go. And so you can see with that hello right there, how cute that is. And then you have those little pieces. All right, I'm just going to use some fat scissors to just come in and get that edge right where I want it to be. And then I'm just going to trim up just to make this a little bit on the smaller side. By the way, in kindergarten, I think I also flunked scissors. Every time I cut with scissors, it always looks a little wonky. There we go. And I'm just going to come in really nice and tight around here. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pop this up as well. And that is going to be my sentiment. If I can find where I put my tape. How cute is this? I love it too. It's like, oh, thank you, Deb. It's like I like that. Yeah, I think you're right. Dramatic is a good word. That is actually what I was kind of going for. Dramatic. Okay. And then if you want to, you can take those little flowers and you can glue them down, but they're stuck in there. So they kind of are floating around. And now that I just put that other piece in there. So how cute is that, right? So you have that beautiful peony embossing folder, that gold accent, you have that hello, and you can throw some sequins on here as well. How cute would that be? And that's with that splatter from our metallic embossing, our metallic watercolor. Super pretty. So I'm going to do a really, really quick little spin on this. And my quick spin is going to be using the same embossing folder. So this is the Peony Sunshine. And in the last 5 minutes, and Shelly's like, yeah, you can do this, Amy. You can do this. You can do a card in 5 minutes. I really can't because I'm terrible at doing things that fast, as you can tell. But I'm going to do this fast. So I hope you guys, again, if you try this, any of our techniques, we love to see what you do. So please use that hashtag Altenew, and so we can see what it is that you make. And I know a lot of times on our live streams, it's so, we actually promote a lot of people. So, and we might share what you can do. I can do this. Are the scissors nonstick? Yes. These are nonstick as well. These are the Altenew scissors, and I just have like a huge pair here because, like I said, I flunked scissors. I don't know how I made it out of kindergarten, to be honest, guys. All right, so I'm just going to grab that same embossing folder. I think I'm going to go a little bit more up here. All right, I'm trying to make this as straight as possible. All right, I'm going to throw that in. Like I said, I would put water on this, but I lost my water thing. All right, and I'm just going to roll this through. Oh, I got this new gold sequins. I know, right? Like this is the time to put those sequins in. They would be gorgeous with this. By the way, while I'm here and I have this, I'm even going to try to make 2 cards in 5 minutes. What? Crazy. I just want to point out black. Gorgeous. I'm going to do a list also in gold. And by the way, these panels, again, are 3 3/4 by 5.5. And that's because I'm using some of that washi as a background. And you don't have to use washi, you use whatever you have. You can use some gold paper. You can do some gold blending, but it just gives it just a little bit of a nice border. And I know I did this in white already, but I'll show it to you guys again. So this again is the Peony Sunshine. And if you ever look at those like gigantic floral in 3D embossing folders and you're like, I don't know what the heck to do with that. Sometimes you don't have to do that much. They're just so pretty, just in white and black. So this I was going to do as a clean and simple. We'll get there. But I'm going to do this one again. Okay. So I got 2 minutes. I'm going to do this super duper fast. And I'm going to do that same technique of dry brushing. So I'm just going to grab some water. I'm going to activate my gold. I'm going to keep that same gold. And this would be beautiful if I did it in like purples or that red. Oh, gorgeous. But I'm going to keep it a little bit simple. And we're just going to go in. And I realize there's some red there. So just to show you guys what this looks like. And again, this is dry brushing. So there shouldn't be, although there is in this case, there shouldn't be a lot of water on this brush. But I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to highlight those little sections with that gold. And on the black cardstock, this starts to shine. And that, I think, in my opinion, is what metallic colors really were made for, was to be used with a darker cardstock. So I'll show you just a little bit here, and then I will show you where we're going to go with this. And then feel free to take up that mantle and move along. But similar ideas, but now you can see it on that black cardstock, and it just gives it a completely different look. It looks a lot more modern, right? How many of you does this remind you of the 1980s, right? Oh my gosh. And like velvet paintings. And you can come in, do a little bit of this dry brushing. So pretty. Again, I'm going a little bit thicker in some areas and a little bit thinner. So let me bring this up for you guys so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just highlighting that gold. So nice, right? So pretty. Yes, Tiffany, and you're going to email customer service. And that's who you would get for they will send you that gift card. Is that Tiffany? Oh my gosh, congratulations, Tiffany. You got to know what you're going to get. That's why it's so awesome to have everything in that waiting list and in your waiting list on the Altenew website. So if you make an account, you can have everything ready for you. All right, and I hope get some metallic watercolors in there. So I hope this inspires you guys to get out those metallic watercolors and start painting because man, they're so pretty. All right, so I'm just kind of adding in just a couple of touches of gold, and I know I got to get off here, but I'm so thankful that you guys spent a little bit of time today with me and with Jelly, and that you are sharing your love of Altenew. And I encourage you to get out all of those things that you have and see what you can do with them. You know, try to pair different colors together, uh, use some new techniques on some of the things that you have. And how pretty is that? So, so nice. All right. So the pigment swirls around in the water. Yes, absolutely. It's so pretty. And again, we're going to take this, I'm going to splatter this. I'm going to do a very, very similar effect. And you can do one of two things. We can add that over to that black card. Looks really pretty there, which is what I was going to do. Or you can even add this onto white and look how nice that looks. So, so pretty with that. All right. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you grab those embossing folders, especially those gigantic flower embossing folders. Grab those metallic paints, have some fun, zen out, have a blast. All right. But there's there's 3 different colorways. So we got a little bit of romantic, we got some nice bold, and then we have a nice little clean and simple that I was going to get to next. All right. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a fabulous Super Monday, and thank you, Jelly, for being here behind the badge, and thank you for letting Altenew craft your life. All right, bye, everybody. I'll see you later.